Right. All right. So here we go. All right, guys. So where I left off before was, I mean, I hope you guys caught the rest of the shit in the group. If you didn't, sorry. Anyway, so right now we're going to continue on with how to write copy. And like it kind of goes hand in hand with why your landing pages aren't converting, right? So if you know, like on a landing page, and I'm going to go over this really quickly, with kind of like the common shit that you should have on a landing page before I go through the whole shit about what you should be saying. So if you have a landing page here, if you have a landing page here, all right, so just imagine this is your landing page. And so kind of like what you want to do is just kind of have your logo up here to show who you are, right? And let's just go over like the whole like trust factor first of all. So in your browser, nowadays if you have the lock, the green lock, that's one thing in your address. The logo right here, right? To state who you are and that they're in the right place. That's important, right? Um, the fucking thing needs to function. It needs to work. You need to have all of your images and links and the everyday shit, right? That people don't do. A phone number. All right. A phone number is good. So if you have like a phone number there, so people can call you. That's another one. And down here, this shit at the bottom matters, right? Even though nobody clicks on it, they want to see, your privacy policy, your company name, your address is really important. They're not going to contact you, right? But this kind of shit is really important. Your address and all of that shit, right? Um, and these type of things, and then social proof. Testimonials are really huge. They want to understand that other people trust you, right? So these are, and I have a video here on YouTube, right? So fuck, let me make sure that you guys can at least see me in here, right? So okay, so I'm hoping so. All right, so having these simple things. I'm not on Facebook. I'm on YouTube now. All right, so having these simple things in the beginning, and look at my other YouTube. There's like 6 different things that you want to have, and the trust factor is really huge, right? They just want to know who you are. They're in the right place. Phone numbers, privacy statements, your address. The thing needs to fucking work, and then social proof is always good to have if you have it, right? Testimonials and things like that. All right, so now let's start talking about um, the actual like copy on the landing page if you're not converting. All right, so the first thing is that your landing page, the less shit you have on your landing page, the better. Okay, so I just want to make this clear. Again, here's your landing page, right? And none of this like blog about us, contact us, and none of this shit here, right? If you have this shit on your landing pages, then that's a big part of your conversions, right? And the more shit you say, the more likely they are not to convert, right? So, first of all, get rid of any of this navigation shit. The only thing that you really should have up here, honestly, for compliance issues is down here. You can have your privacy and shit like that. And then right here, you can have one very small blog link. And I mean small. I mean like this. Really small blog in the corner. And I use hamburger menus, right? So they won't even see that blog, right? What they'll see is the little hamburger menu over here. Now, remember that Google and Facebook and everybody else, all they're going to do is look for links that leave outside of the page. Those are links outside of the page. But that little hamburger menu stops a lot of bullshit, right? So now, um, if this is just a capture page and you're just giving them a lead magnet. All right, so here's what everybody does, right? First of all, I want to explain to you that you don't have to have a lead magnet. A, a curiosity based headline works wonders. And this is why I always say that a lot of people should learn affiliate marketing in the beginning. I'm a strong proponent of that, right? Because in affiliate marketing, your headlines have to be so strong and you have to be so precise about getting people to convert that you really have to be creative with your headlines. And you can't make a fucking lead magnet for every niche that you might be in, right? But let's just say you do have a lead magnet. Here's what I see a lot of people doing. They put a picture of the lead magnet. They put bullet points of what it's going to do for you. Click here, blah blah blah. You don't have to fucking do that, man. That's number one. All right, people don't need that. You've already caught their attention, right? And if you start talking too much, it's not going to convert. I've seen so many people doing this, right? And they post up in the Facebook group and they're like, man, why won't people fuck with my shit? And people are like, well, I don't see what the benefit is of me for downloading it. And they'll just give them this whole spiel, right? But if you would not have written that shit, they wouldn't have had nothing to be worried about whether it was for them or not, right? So here's the thing. Whatever you told them in this ad, the headline that you told them in this ad, clearly you need to transfer it here. If it was an email that you sent out, right, whatever that headline was, right, and they clicked on that, continue to use that headline throughout all of your sales process forever, right? So if this was, how to scratch your ass without getting chafed, right, then that's what you write. How to scratch your ass without getting chafed, right? The ultimate guide to ass scratching. Get it now. That's it. Right? Down here have your privacy shit, right? Here have, we won't spam you like everybody likes to put with the little lock or whatever. And that's it, man. And make it a two-step converting land page. There's nothing worse than me seeing somebody right now with the pop-up world with somebody that says, email here, here's your headline up here, and you're just, just give me your email. There's so many people that are going to tell you to fuck off, right? So if you just say this one little fucking step right here, just access it now. Click here to get access right now. They click that, the pop-up comes up asking them for their email. You're almost there. You're going to get your ultimate guide to ass scratching, right? And that's it. So if there's one big mistake, that's what I see. Now, let me show you how to get them to the landing page in the first fucking place, right? So let's go here and this is where I left off in the group. If you came here from the group, this is where I left off in the group. All right, so here is what I want you to do. First of all, you got to think about, and we already talked about what it is that they want, right? So you're going to have headlines right here, right? And this is what I want you to do. Now, I have 4 here, but I think you should do more, okay? So this would be for an email, but a headline is the same thing. This would be subject lines or headlines. So we can go here. And this is exactly what I do when I'm writing post for the group, which I'm going to get to that as well because somebody asked me how to write content, and I'm going to show you that as well. Everything can be fucking content. So this could, yeah, that works, honey. Just fuck it right up right in front of them. All right, so let's go. Headlines. Okay, so headline 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? What the fuck? All right, so headline 1, 2, 3, and 4, whatever the fuck. Okay, so now you know that you have your headlines right here, right? Okay, so what you want to do here is type out your headline. So ass scratching. Are you doing it right? Right? And then this one, 10 things you need to know about ass scratching in 2017. So you get my point, right? So you kind of like write these headlines, these curiosity-based headlines, right? Who else wants to scratch their ass? right? That's it, right? So you write out these 4 headlines, um, you know, uh, the top 10 ass scratching sites, free ass scratching sites, right? So, all right, so I'm being silly right now, right? But that's, you get the point. So these are all like headlines that you found somewhere else, right? And so how do you find these fucking headlines, right? So a good way to start cheating right off the rip is to find shit that people have already said. So one place you can go to is Reddit, okay, and look at your niche, okay. So let's just say Reddit fishing, and this is how like you get started, okay. So you want to look and see what is the most voted up shit, right? So look at this. My wife with her catch of the day, she kicked our butts yet again this mountain in this mountain creek. Is that not a headline or not? Right? I mean, that's just right. This just good headline copy, right? 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 See, grocery shopping before work from my kayak. Curiosity based. What are they talking about? These are all good headlines, right? So there's headlines all over the place, and so you know that if this kind of worked on Reddit and the people are up voting this stuff, right? Um, then you know that it'll probably be good to use in your copy. So take 3 of these, right, and then kind of go to Medium.com and see what's working. Go to all these other like shares, like people where people are going, but Reddit is good enough, right? So this will get you some really good headline ideas. So copy those headlines and do this, right? And so you kind of got their attention right here with this one right here, right? My wife with her catch of the day, she kicked her butts again in this mountain creek. Boom. That's a headline that you would start with. An awesome fucking, yeah, of course it does, dude. Facebook sucks. All right, so, um, so then, that's your attention grabbing headline, right? And so now that you have their attention, right, then you want to write more about what you're talking about. So this is what grabbed their attention. So you want to first of all, you had some incongruity going on there. So you want to kind of itch, scratch that itch a little bit. So you want to like lead with the photo of the wife and the fucking the fish or whatever, however you want to do that, right? The next thing you want to do is catch their interest. And what makes it interesting? What you're talking about, this creek, how you were fishing, what equipment you used, blah, 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 right? So you're catching their interest now. You're talking about what they want to talk about. Now you want to create desire. This is what I have to offer you today. This is how I catch 10 fish a day. This is what I use, and I stop guessing and really start fishing. They call it fishing, but that ain't what I'm doing. I'm catching. You're talking about the desire, everything that they want, right? So then you hit at the end with the action, the fucking do it now. If you want to fish, start catching and stop fishing, then you need to blah, blah, blah. Click the button below, blah, 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 blah. Now, this PS is what kind of pushes them over the top, right? So the PS, if you take action today, I'm going to throw in an extra blah, 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 this and that and the other, and that kind of closes them out. So when you start to write your shit, this is what you need to do. You need to have your headline or your subject line for your email to grab them by the throat. I call them grab them by the throat headlines or emails, subject lines. And so you catch their attention, right then. And then you continue with that. Now, what Eugene Schwartz says in his books is that your headline or your subject line has one job. It's to make them go to the next one and read that. This has one job. It's to make them go to the next thing and read that, right? So each one of these should kind of be like little mini headlines, little sub headlines. And you write more copy, and it needs to be interesting, and it needs to go into the desire. If the desire, they go, oh fuck, I really want this now. You're gonna agitate it with this interest right here, right? You're gonna grab their attention, and you're gonna say, hey man, I went out last night and I caught 50,000 fish. I know you're sick and tired of not being able to catch fish. It sucks ass, blah, 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 right? You're just gonna kind of do that thing right there, right? You're gonna really agitate what they want, and then you're going to give them the desire, and then you tell them to take action. And at the PS, you push them over because they're straddling the fence. They're on the fence. Yeah, well, I'm going to go buy that one day. You want to push them over the edge, and you want to tell them, hey man, if you take action today, only for my email list today, I'm going to give you X amount of bonuses. And you do this on your landing page when you have a sales page, emails when you're sending out a promotional email, right? And the if you have just a kick-ass headline that you want to have, and you want to put a sub-headline for them to opt in on your page, you don't need the rest of this. This is too much shit. All you need is a kick-ass headline and a decent interest-based sub-headline with a portion of the benefits of what they can get. And that's it. That's all you need. You don't need anything more than that, okay? All right, so, hey, what's up, guys? I think that's kind of like all the questions that I had in the group. I did have a couple of more questions talking about like how to write copy and landing pages. And then there was something about like local AdWords. And I wanted to talk to you guys about this, right? Like copywriting is serious business. It's what you use to talk to your prospects. So I'm going to say this again. If you don't get in the heads of the people that you're trying to market to, then you're losing the battle. Now, here's the thing that's really kick-ass about this. If you go find out about what your prospects want and you do that homework, man, if you just take a week, stop everything, and take 1 week and go find out exactly what your prospects want, you can't lose, right? Because if, there was somebody that's like into ass scratching, these headlines would pull them in. Ass scratching, are you doing it right? Well, fuck, I need to know, right? Right? These are just like simple headlines, but you get my point. So you need to find out what exactly they want. You need to find out their desires or whatever. And you're going to start converting more. And all your ads need to be the same. Here's another mistake that I see most people make that I made in the beginning as well. And I'm going to show you this really quickly. And we're all guilty of this in the beginning, right? We're all totally guilty of this shit here. The fuck is it? Okay. We're all totally guilty of this shit right here. And we have to get out of the habit of doing this shit. All right, well, I can't say we anymore because I don't fucking do it. All right, so you have to test your shit. So here's what I'm seeing guys do, okay? They make one landing page, okay? Uno. They make one ad, uno, on Facebook, and they put up one maybe YouTube video or a campaign on Google AdWords, okay? And that's it. That's all we do. In the beginning, that's all we do, especially e-commerce guys. You guys pick one product, you put one ad on Facebook, and when it bombs, you go, this shit isn't working, right? That's not what you want to do, right? Here's what we want to get in the habit of doing off the rip, okay? And I'm going to show you exactly what you should be doing. So I had a guy ask me in the group earlier, like, hey, man, you said to be granular, but you said to use multiple ads. You're being a dork, dude. And I really didn't even appreciate the question because it was just, I know I'm really clear with what the fuck I'm saying. In the beginning, when you're starting out with ads, right, you have to start out with your headline copy. Whenever you see these brackets, it's just like there's spiel in here, right? So that's just headline, right? So here's your headline copy, right? And so when you're running a test, you're going to run the same image, right? Woohoo. Well, who's this? This is the guy with a broken fucking neck. All right. Right? All right, so you got this dude here. Here's a picture. Here's a headline. So you want to use the same image, different headlines. All right? Same audience, same image, different headlines. The next thing you want to do is the same headline, right, across the board, but you want to try um, different images here. So this is you, this is you maybe doing something else, woohoo, running, and then this is you doing absolutely nothing. All right, so right, I cut this one. This one kind of looks the same, right? So you have these three different images, right? And you want to check that out. Now, here's the next thing. So when you're talking about changing shit up as well, so now you want to talk about your demo. So you ran this ad to 18 to 25-year-olds, right? And you run this ad set to 18 to 25-year-olds. Now take both of these ad sets and run them from 25 to 40-year-olds. All right, so you kind of want to really test out a bunch of shit. Putting one ad up is a fucking, like, a surefire way to bomb, because nobody's going to resonate with your shit right away, right? So remember those first three headlines that you wrote down, first four headlines? Well, run all four of those headlines, man, and see which one resonates with your crowd, which one they click more on. Run different images and find out. Those are the first things you want to test. Images and headlines, and you want to do it off the rip. Right now, off the bat, you want to test your shit. The same thing goes for your landing pages, man. On Landing Eye, ClickFunnels, and all these places, you can A/B test. Even with Thrive Themes on WordPress, you can A/B test, right? Thrive Themes has an awesome thing where you can just test out fucking headlines, period. This blog that I'm using now is just like a yearly thing. And it has where you can test out headlines in general, right? So you want to test your headlines, and this is what the big boys do on their websites. Amazon, Sears, blah, 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 these people, they test headlines to see what's going to get the better reaction. So you have 2, maybe even 4 versions from the start today, from now on, when you create landing pages, when you create ads, when you create headlines. All of those things, create 4, 5, or 6. Don't just make one. Don't just go copying what somebody else said. This is another big problem. Remember, maybe it's working for this guy, but who else copied that guy? Or maybe you're copying somebody ads that suck. All right, so let me tell you this really quickly on how to spy too properly, right? So the other day, you guys saw me peep an ad that had been running and had 57 likes on it, right? 5,700 likes or something like that. That's a good ad to check out, right? But if you watched the copy wasn't much about shit. So you want to beat their control. So let's just say, ass scratching 101 was my headline, right? Click here. And I had 5,000 likes on it or whatever, and 3,000 hearts, okay? Well, what you want to do is you go, okay, this ass scratching video, and it works, but how can I beat this guy's control? Because 5,000 people in that particular audience has already seen that. Now, I know ass scratching is cool, but let me write 5 different headlines. Let me do 3 different videos and 3 different images, right? And let me try that out. Okay, so now here's my landing page that I'm going to send them to, right? Let me do 3 different versions of that. So you guys have to do this from the start. Don't wait till your campaign is failing in order to start making changes. You should do that from the start. Automatically start off with saying, hey, this is what I want to do. I'm going to try these all out. You're going to find out which one is the winner, right? If there's one a winner at all, and then you scale. So now you're going to ask me, Sonny, how do we know which one is a winner? You should know by the response you get. How much money, Sonny, should we be spending on this shit? And I'm going to give you a guide, right? So let's just say, I have products that are worth $97. Okay? I'm going to test 2 times that, right? Maybe 3 times that. So I'm going to dump $300 into test, right? And find out what people are resonating with first, right? And then I'll find that one ad that everybody likes, that one photo that everybody likes, that one headline that everybody likes. I'm going to find that one landing page that everybody likes after about $300 to $400 in testing, right? And then I'm going to keep going. If it flopped, that's my point there to say, well, I've already spent 3 times the amount of what the product is selling. I'm going to fucking dump this and I'm going to try a different product. And that's just how it goes, right? So for guys that are in e-com, obviously this is a lot cheaper, right? So if you have a $10 product, don't spend any more than 30 bucks on your ads. If you have a loser, then it's just a loser, then fucking trash it. That's it, okay? But definitely run all your tests and buy your data. Here's the cool thing about buying data, right? First of all, you're not going to just dump 300 bucks and not get any sales. You're for sure going to get a sale or two, right? So you're going to get your money back. Maybe you break, a lot of times you break even, which is really good. You know you're doing okay. You just need to tweak a few things. Or sometimes you only go 50%, right? Like, so let's say you only make like 150. You're like, well, fuck, I didn't lose my ass totally on this. Maybe I can do some things to save this ad. Maybe I need to change my angle. Maybe I need to change something else or whatever. It gives you a little hope. If you totally bomb and don't do shit after 300 bucks, then you know you got a shit offer and you need to change everything. All right, so these are problems I see with like landing pages, how to make them convert. First of all, you need to test more than one landing page. If you're not converting, just test another version of it. Just don't like just hang on to this fucking Titanic that's like bombing, totally bombing. Don't do that. Fucking bail. Don't fall in love with your landing pages. Don't fall in love with your headline, even though it might have took you 2 days to come out with that fucking headline. If it bombs, it bombs. I bomb all the time in the group, man. You guys see me? I'm struggling in there, man. Well, fuck it. I threw it out there. It didn't work, and I just keep going, man. I bomb all the time, man. It's normal. You're going to get shit on, man. People are going to tell you to fuck off every day, man. Don't worry about it. It's just what happens, man. Sonny, you suck. All right, well, fuck. What about this? Well, it's good. All right, cool. Then take that then. So it's just a part of the game, dude. And you know what? It took me a while not to take shit personal. And that's what I notice a lot of us do. We take a lot of things personal. It's like, fuck, I worked on this. Why don't you guys like this? But it's not personal, man. It's just not resonating. Or another marketer beat you to the punch. Or they're being inundated with fucking phishing ads that day, right? So you have to figure out, that's the game. What's going to catch their hook? Pun intended, right? What's going to catch that jaw in their hook in their jaw? What's going to catch them and make them fucking make a move? So the first thing, let's recap this, right? Because I really like this subject matter. A lot of people ask a lot of things, and I'll go into Mailbag Monday, and I'll do some more of this week, right? But the first thing is we need to know who you want to talk to, right? All right, what do they want? What are their desires? Do they really want to scratch their ass or not? How do they want to scratch their ass? Where do they want to scratch? Who taught them how to scratch their ass last time and it fucked them up? Who's been selling them products and they're totally failing, and why did they fail? These are questions that you have to ask, right? And you can get these answers right from the prospects, man. They'll get on the fucking phone with you. Talk to them. Ask them questions. Listen to them. Find out what they want, right? That's the first thing. The next thing is, when you have your landing page, make sure the shit fucking works. That's number one. Number two, have your logo there. Who are you? Am I in the right place, right? I got to know, am I in the right place, right? 3, we need to have this security shit, right? I need to trust you, okay? Testimonial, social proof is number 4. And then, just basic everyday shit, right? And then you got to have a reason for me to like you, right? A headline, a kick-ass headline, right? So that's the next thing you want to do. What's the very next thing you want to do once you have all this in a row? You know that you know who the fuck you're talking to. You know that you have all your shit in order on your fucking your landing page. What's the next fucking thing that you need to do? Well, I just told you. We need to make this times 4. We need to make this headline times 4. Okay? So now we need to start testing out as soon as you make your shit, right? And then the whole thing, right? So once you get a control and well, fuck, they're clicking on this fucking shit right here. They're clicking on my ad. Okay, so we know this headline is kick ass, right? Your job now is to beat that headline. Because what's going to happen is you're going to get fatigued. Here's where another reason why guys on the internet, these new guys are losing, because they're using the same fucking headline. But if you change the angle on a product, right? It's the same audience. Change the angle and the headline on a product. You can revive it. So you'll get a year run, 2 years run out of one product, right? On the same audience, right? They'll get fatigued. Just change the fucking headline. Beat your own control. All right? So That's it, guys. I'm not fucking staying on here all night because I'm actually like writing up a whole sales package myself right now, right? So, but you know, I'm thinking about doing like a whole copywriting thing because copywriting seems to be missing on the internet. Like, there's a few people talking about it, whatever, and they're kind of like doing like I kind of like shoved bullshit up in your face right now. Just now, I just did the same fucking thing with this AIDA. This is like really elementary, and everybody's doing this, right? This is just a start. Copywriting gets so much deeper than this, and that's what I kind of want you to understand. You really need to dig deep into your copy. If there's one thing that I've noticed is this: nobody gives a shit about your landing page. Nobody gives a shit about how ugly your website is. I've tested it, guys. I've put up some ugly shit. I've got up some ugly pages right now, converting at 60%. 60%, man. Right? But why it's converting at 60% is because it's what the fuck I'm saying on the page, man. You've seen these ugly squeeze pages before, dude. It'll be a total white page, super long, right? With a red headline right here, right? A bunch of copy, another red headline right here, a bunch of copy, and you're like, why the fuck would anybody read that? And there's like nothing else on the page. There's no photos. There's nothing. There's just a guy talking a bunch of shit on a fucking ugly ass squeeze page. The shit works because they don't give a fuck about your pictures. They don't care about how cute it is. They don't care that the fucking words animate on the page or none of that bullshit that slows your page down. They want you. They want their information. They want to find out what you have for them, if it's what they need, and they want you to fucking give them the result. That's it, right? And so writing copy is really important. Remember that people want a result. That's another thing that I can tell you when you're writing your headlines. Not a feature, not this ebook has 150 pages, blah, blah, blah. It needs to be more than that. It needs to be, I'm going to change your life. This ebook is going to change your fucking life. You're going to be scratching the shit out of your ass by the time this is finished. All right, guys. I want to coffee break your motherfucking asses, man. Thanks for putting up with my shit tonight, man. Coffee break. Oh, man.